What's going on, guys? Aries here. This week I was actually able to spend some time playing Ubisoft's beta for Rainbow Six Siege, upcoming first-person shooter title releasing on December 1st for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. I wanted to kind of give you guys my first impressions, my overall kind of review of how I think this beta went, and where I see this franchise and title going in the future. As it stands right now, I was only able to access about 50% of the beta. There's two available modes. There's multiplayer mode where it pits you 5 against 5, player versus player. You're either attacking or defending, which is a great concept. The other mode is terrorist hunt. I was able to access that. I spent a good few hours trying to access multiplayer. Constant errors, disconnects, host migration problems. So I didn't get any time to experience that, only got to play the terrorist hunt, but I think that still kind of gives you a feel for the game overall. So in Siege, there's a lot of playable characters. Yet again, because I was only able to play the terrorist hunt, you can only play as the attackers, not the defenders. So classes like Doc and Bandit were locked out to me. Those are really only exclusive for multiplayer when you're switching sides between attack and defense. However, by playing matches and earning reward points, you can unlock additional characters like Doc, like Sledge, like Fuse. These are just a few of the characters that you can unlock, and Sledge, Fuse, and Thermite have got to be my favorites. Sledge wields a giant sledgehammer, as you see here, busting down doors. He's a juggernaut. He's heavy on the attack. One thing I did notice, though, is a lot of the characters seem to be focused around a few different things. Like, I think there's 3 or 4 characters that have ballistic shields to some capacity or another, and I would just like to see more variety in the classes and a little bit more creativeness put into it. I think they didn't take enough time on the classes, and they just went for volume versus quality, and I don't know that I'm happy with that decision. Now, unlike Sledge, where he has a sledgehammer, Thermite here can burst down anything. Metal, wood, anything. Because he uses these thermite charges that you see. They just blow big-ass holes in anything around. He's great for clearing areas, for breaching doors, and the few characters I did play as, I did see a good variety. I just worry that there's not going to be enough. You know, I don't know that they're trying too hard to put too many characters. Alright guys, on to the positives and negatives. I'm going to start with the negatives. This game's got a few game-breaking bugs that really irritated me. Like this one, you'll see, I got hit by a flash grenade. It downed me, and then I actually fell through the map. Normally this wouldn't bother me so bad, but a game that only has 1 life, no respawns, and you have to wait until the next match to play again, this can be extremely irritating. Another thing that irks me is you can't unlock characters, change your guns, customize your weapons and gear in between matches. You actually have to back all the way out to the main menu and go over to the operator screen to do any of this. Then, if you were playing with your friends, you have to re-party up with them and research for a match. I think all of this can be streamlined and put those options of customization in between matchmaking. Another thing that's kind of annoying is no server browser. From what I'm told, they have dedicated servers, but the problem with that is that voice chat is still peer-to-peer, which means when the host leaves, his team loses voice communication. The worst part about it is if you're playing Terrorist Hunt and the host leaves, your team is frozen in place while the NPC terrorists are still allowed to move around. This can lead to a lot of untimely losses just because one person left. I think they really need to address this and fix this in the final product. On to the pros. I think the destruction is great. It's really cool breaking things down, blowing things up, shooting couches, and shooting through walls. One of my favorite things to do was blow the floorboards off and shoot at enemies on floors below me. I think the sound in this game is incredible. The gunshots sound realistic, the explosions feel impactful, and you can hear slight noises that let you know where key enemies, like the unfortunate bomber, are located. This next one happens to be one that's in both my pro and my con list. I do think dedicated servers overall in 2015 is a must, and I wish more games would adopt it. I just think they need to really work on it here. Another thing I gotta say is I don't know if it's the game design or what, but a lot of players actually seem to be communicating on the PS4 via their headsets, and usually in most games I play, I find that the communication lacks between player to player, In this one, I don't know if it's the element of teamwork or what, but I'm noticing more communication, which leads to more strategy, which is really what I want to see out of this game. All that being said, guys, I think this game overall is good. I think the idea and the concept is there. I don't know that it can compete, though, with the big AAA titles that we have nowadays. You know, I myself have become less and less of a fan of the Call of Duties and more of a fan of the Battlefield series, but I don't know. I don't know where this fits into that chart. I am happy that they're breaking ground on some things, and hopefully other games can take note on it. I'm not sure that this is going to be a day one purchase for me. I think the genre for shooters has gone pretty stale. I haven't seen anything really creative in the last few years, and I'm just kind of getting bored. I am. I've moved on to other genres just because I'm seeking that entertainment factor. But all in all, I don't know. I think they have a lot of work to do, and I just don't think it's enough. You know, like you guys, I'll wait to see more, and maybe I'll change my mind. But as it stands, that's how it is. Alright, guys, that's all the time I got today. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. You know, some of you might agree with me, some of you might disagree, and that's okay. Please subscribe, like the channel. Plan to do lots more content. As always, you can hit me up at Twitter at autosavearies. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/autosavearies, and at Facebook at facebook.com/autosavearies. You guys are wonderful. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.